WCNC Charlotte, this is Flashpoint.
Thanks for joining us here on Flashpoint. I'm Ben Thompson. This week we are shifting our focus away from Charlotte, away from state lawmakers in Raleigh, and instead we're focusing on two local towns absolutely booming in growth. In just a few minutes, we'll hear from a leader in Gastonia about the millions of dollars coming to that area to improve everything from roads to sidewalks. But first, joining us now, Concord Mayor Bill Dusch. Mayor, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Well, hello. How are you today?
Fantastic. All right. So Concord, considered one of the fastest growing cities in North Carolina. What do you see as sort of the secret to your city's success?
Well, I think sort of go back a few years as our town changed. We were a textile community for many years, for 100 years, and that went away, and Philip Morris went away, and some of our banks. A lot of change occurred in the last 20 years. We had to reinvent ourselves. And what we decided to do was to work hard to develop our economic base again. Along with that came the land that Philip Morris used to stay on, that has 2,100 acres of industrial land. And working with the owner over the last 6 or 7 years, we're working on getting new business coming in town. With that, we have gotten close to almost $3 billion, $2.5 billion worth of new business coming in, including Red Bull, Rao, Ball Aluminum. Next door to that is Golden Home, and we're really excited about Eli Lilly starting their new plant here. With that, we'll bring in over 2,000 new jobs, all high-paying jobs. This is much more than our county average, so we're really thrilled about that. Along with that came development downtown. We had 10 major projects going on downtown, adding, say 10 years ago, we had about 2 people living downtown in the downtown business area. Today, with the renovation of our old hotel, our Loft 29, we have 3 new Novi apartments going in that are under construction now with 304 more units. We have another one coming in, dealing right in the street from it with another 200. Lots of things, 10 major projects downtown that we've been working on. And we've started a new streetscape downtown also. That'll completely change the image of our downtown area.
So you bring up Philip Morris, and I'm struck by, I remember back, I think it was 2007 when the news broke that it would be shuttering. I remember a young reporter at the time. I remember going out there outside the plant and trying to flag down some workers, and how it was uneasy time for a lot of people. And now, as you just pointed out, with Red Bull, Eli Lilly, NASCAR offices, what are you doing to help lure some of these companies? I mean, tax incentives, part of it, but what else?
Well, it is. I mean, it's a concerted effort between ourselves, the county, and the state to bring these in. This is a real, almost a dance to get this happen. In the case of Lilly, they were looking at operations places all over the world to put this plant, and we were just excited. They came to us because of our location in Charlotte, the transportation hub there, the access to the interstates. The workforce, all that together makes this just such a great place to live, work, and play.
It strikes me that with more than 100,000 people, I believe now, Concord has long ago gone from just a suburb of Charlotte to where you are really just your own destination in and of itself.
Well, that's where we're heading. Back before when we were a cotton community, it was Charlotte and then it was us. We were not really considered a bedroom community, and then when all the changes occur, we like Charlotte. We understand the reason we're doing so well is because of Charlotte, but we wanted to have our own identity, and that's when we really started working on this.
One thing we talk about often on this show, but also just in Charlotte specifically, is affordable housing, and how difficult it is to find, and what a difficult solution it is to find as well from a government body like yourself, trying to find a way to have meaningful change and make housing, which is an essential thing for people, how to make it more affordable. Is that a problem from your vantage point for the folks in Concord?
Well, it's always a problem, but it's also a challenge that we're addressing very firmly. We set up a 501c3 called We Build Concord, and we're taking 1 penny of our taxes each year, putting into that. That's about $1.44 million. And along with that, with some ARPS fund, we are really putting an effort to help attack that problem. We also work with other organizations in town. We work with Habitat. We work with CCM. We're actually next week, we are doing a groundbreaking for a new project in Logan community for 24 new units. We probably have 50 units planned in the next year.
What would you say is the biggest challenge facing your community right now?
Well, the biggest challenge is just like everybody. With our growth comes demands such as for our roads and our infrastructure like that. So we're working hard with DOT to help relieve some of that strain that comes from that. Also, we are still at the grounds of Concord. There's still a lot of opportunity there, and we're working hard on making sure that we tap any opportunities we have.
We are entering the last few weeks of this year. As we approach 2023, what's the one thing you would like to see your city accomplish?
Well, I think one thing else I want to toss in there dealing with that is that we just passed a $60 million Parks and Recreation bond. That's our first bond that we've done like that since the 80s. And with that, we have 9 park projects, which includes 4 new parks and 5 major improvements to existing parks, along with 8 more miles of greenway going in. That'll take. We now have 16 miles of greenway. It'll bring us up to 24 miles. The 4 new parks. Our western part of town towards Charlotte is not represented well with parks, and this will fix that for us.
I mean, parks are so important to cities, no matter where you are. People want that green space where they are. You've served the city now for decades, and you hear people often talk about the good old times and how things were better at one point. But what do you think is the best thing about what's changed there?
I just think that we're trying to continue to grow in a very orderly manner, and trying to listen to what the citizens are saying and respond to it with our plans to get to what their needs are. When we actually did the bond package, we did a study with all of our citizens, and we had thousands of responses at things that needed to be done, and it came out to $180 million worth of projects. So that's why we decided to take a bite of it with doing a $60 million bonds.
All right,
which passed on a 2-to-1 basis, so we were very pleased with that.
Mayor Bill Dusch. Mayor, it's nice to get some perspective outside of the city of Charlotte and outside Mecklenburg County. We appreciate you coming on.
Well, one thing else I'll toss in there is that we are now the 10th largest city in North Carolina, and we're sort of proud of that, having that position now.
As well as you should be. As well as you should be. Hard fought for sure.
All of us.
As you've alluded to for sure. All right, Mayor, thanks for coming on. We do appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. Take care.
Thanks.
More Flashpoint after this.